Righty peeps, super quick stream because I'm on a day off and I've got some time on my hands, which is unusual. Anyway, don't really have much planned, just really going to go through some announcements from the Wurm team and just covering some other forum threads just to try and get some attention for coming events in March. Right, it's good you seeing what I can see, which isn't a great deal. We're at the villa, obviously, by the pool, and we'll go through some news, tidbits and God knows what. It always seems to be raining in Wurm at the moment. Not quite sure why. Let's hope that the servers don't go down just yet. I think it's the normal Tuesday resets, but I'm sure we've got plenty of time. But I believe Deliverance went down not long ago, but is now back up. Right, so the big news is obviously that Samuel has released some news about Wurm and its general state. I'm not going to go into massive detail. This is just to sort of like pick out some bullet points and zero in on the aspects that particularly excite me. Everyone that plays Wurm has a different reason for playing. I'm, as you all know, a bit of a builder, so those particular aspects are quite exciting for me. A lot of other people, they're not. But we shall go through and have a look. You might or might not be able to see that, but I recommend if you do, go and check out the forums. It can be an interesting place to read some of the stuff, but that's where they tend to post a lot of the stuff. I know they also post it on Steam, but of course I don't use Steam to access Wurm, so I never really check out those forums. Right. The state of Wurm. So the action rework, which I've alluded to in the past, does sound kind of quite an overhaul, to be honest. So I'm just reading part of that as well. So that's going to be interesting to see when that comes on the test. That's how that changes stuff. I'm sure it's going to make things, I hope, a hell of a lot better, easier, less clicky, and less time consuming overall. I'd imagine though that as Wurm is so old, not old, has a long history, shall we say, code upon code upon code. That's probably why it's taking a long time to get it right. But I'm quite looking forward to seeing how that goes. It might make a lot more sense as well in equipping your tools and using your tools and all sorts of other bits and bobs. They will be doing public testing on the test server at some point, so I expect another announcement from them about that soon. Client rework. Now this has got me rather excited. It looks like we're going to have a graphics overhaul, better lighting, high resolution, terrain textures being remastered in higher resolution. Oh, I like the sound of that. And in turn, hopefully it'll be taking up less memory, and we should hopefully see a bit of an overall improvement in our performance. I wonder if that transcends down to the classic slayings. We'll have to wait and see. New Haven. Well, I do recall seeing God, what was his name? Josh. He's not Joshua. Anyway, he did a really amusing YouTube on Wurm's tutorial, which, yeah, pretty much hit the nail on the head. Just Josh drives. It was quite a while ago, but it was immensely entertaining, because you do forget what it's like for newbies. Hey, Fossil! Hello, welcome in. Sorry, I'm just reading blurb, so apologies if I delay in responding to you guys in chat. Not that there should be anyone in chat, you should all be hard at work, working in real life. Yes. So, there is a New Haven workover for the tutorial for newbies, which sounds really quite interesting. A lot of new mechanics being discussed in there for deeds and stuff. Well, not deeds, but fencing and stuff. And the odd, a word I'd never really thought I'd see in Wurm, quests. But having gone through the old tutorial, yeah, I think newbies do need a bit of hand-holding direction. Because let's face it, Wurm is deep. And I can imagine being dumped out there. Well, I was killed at least 12 times in my first 10 minutes of gameplay by a crocodile. Bodies stacked up around me, because I hadn't bothered to read up on anything. So I promptly went off, logged off, spent a week reading up on it, and then came back. But yeah, it's hopefully that will start bringing in some new players that get a better understanding for what it is. Ooh, portals. There's a lot of discussion going back and forth about all this. Okay, yeah. New portal mechanic allowing you to teleport from any server to any other server, as well as between starter deeds on the same server. Okay. That all sounds good. I know we're going to get the, but, you know, what's the point of having ships and travelling and stuff? But let's face it, Wurm's travelling can be very time-consuming sometimes. I did a classic at the recent Stanley Giant Forest Giant Slaying. Sailed all the way to release, got there, logged off, logged in, and then I promptly had a phone call from my dear old mum on I think Sunday. And basically stood there watching while they took down the forest giant. Long way to go for a phone call. But hey, family's more important. But yeah, I can relate that not everyone has that amount of time anymore to do travelling. So that all sounds interesting. You obviously got all the economic concerns, etc. We shall see what happens with that. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be a 50-50 in the community again, isn't it? Upcoming months. Okay, PvE content. So that's going to be New Haven. Ooh, Goblin camps are still in then. Okay, Goblin camps are still coming. New feature focusing on exploration and combat. Okay. As well as building expansion. See, I like that one. Okay. Character customization. I just remembered that I'm not actually changing the screenshots for you guys. Definitely go and check out on the forums though. Character customization. Okay, yeah, we all know that our avatars are looking a little bit dated, to say the least. A little bit robotic when they walk. Be interesting to see how that transpires. But I'd imagine that's going to take a lot of investment, especially on the art side. And of course, we've only got Saruman. That's, as far as I'm aware, the only art board on the team. Maybe they should start expanding that. I know this one's causing such a back and forth about the in-game auction house. I don't really have anything to comment on that because I don't really do anything like that. But I know it's causing some discussion, shall we say, as all changes do. But yeah, I think that's probably all for the better in some respects. Games have got to adapt to the changing times. Wurm's, 20 years old now? I've only been playing for, I was going to say 10, but that was 2 years ago now. 12? Some people have been since Golden Valley, the original tutorial. Change is hard, I do know that, especially when we all become used to stuff, but I do think some aspects do need to change. Not that I'm any authority on Wurm at all, as you will all know from previous streams. Longer term projects then. Most of our plans for the future depend strongly on the outcome of the releases of the changes above. Yeah. And given our community's history, I'm sure that's going to be quite interesting. Okay. Yeah, I know that the PvP guys are literally still out on the cold, unfortunately. I do hope they get some love soon, even if it's just a dedicated dev. I know that's caused some issues. Okay, longer term project. Yeah, right. Okay, well, I'm quite a lot of that I'm quite excited about, to be honest. I'll be interested to see how that all pans out. And of course, they've just released the map dumps as well, so definitely go and check those out. All that is available on the Wurm Online forums, and it's called, the forum thread is State of Wurm, it's good. It does go into detail about the code club and game chest groups, finances and stuff, which are all over my head, to be honest. I tend not to get involved in any of that. So yeah, that's the state of play so far on update from Wurm, which some of the things they've announced I'm quite excited about. Now, docks being one of them. I really hope, because in my head I've got a visualization of what I'd like the docks to look like, but I'm hoping that it will allow me to build a dock here, wooden pier type thing, lock pillars, ropes, that sort of stuff. But yeah. Now then, getting back to some news, because that's Wurm news. We do have some events happening in March, showing my complete lack of preparation for this. This is just a spur of the moment thing, by the way. How a complete amateur would do it. I'm in no way affiliated with any of the Wurm team's communications whatsoever. Not part of any community stuff. Literally just on the fly. But there are some events happening, and I thought we'd just cover one or two of them. One on the southern lands, and some news from the north. Right. The Deliverance Renaissance Festival is coming. The good peeps over on Deliverance are gearing up, shall I say, for their Renaissance Festival. They do have a webpage, which is on there, www.wurmnode.com/DRF. That, I believe, goes into greater detail of what's available. Mont Novi has done a wonderful post on the forums with lots of detail there about what you can expect, what's involved, when it's happening, all sorts of stuff. Definitely go and check it out. And there is a list of the DRF staff that are organising it, and I can't even imagine and comprehend what's involved in organising in Boulogne. But having seen the posts on the forum and stuff, I know that team is working hard. Having attended some previous ones, which you can check out on the YouTube channel, they are a flipping laugh, very enjoyable experience. And crikey, sorry about that, peeps. I've had a coughing fit there and then. Excuse me. What was I saying? Yeah, previously experienced the DRFs. Absolute blast. Definitely recommend you go over and spend some time over there. It's on Good Friday, March the 29th, until Easter Sunday. And they have lots planned, I believe. And if you check out the threads, there'll be updates and posts there, I'm sure, as well as the webpage. God, excuse me. Jesus. Professional radio stars don't have to deal with this crap, do they? You know, having a cough of it midway through. Jeez Louise. Anyway, hope I didn't burst your eardrums on that. And I got to the mute button. Apologies if I didn't. Right. So that's the DRF, Deliverance Renaissance Festival, happening in March. I hope to attend, even if just sort of like to have a blast getting drunk. And what else is happening? Well, let's see. News from the north. This is just a collection of news from the forums. So each one of these has its own thread. Again, I would definitely go and check out the forum threads for updates and more information on them. I'm just covering a very brief mention here, to be honest. So on Harmony, they have captured a green dragon, I believe. And that slaying is being hosted in 9 days' time, but there is a countdown on the forum in the thread. Definitely check that out. On Melody, Pixie Blossom is hosting a party at Skull Rock on March the 24th. I believe that's in celebration of their deed being 2 years old now. So, again, they have their own forum thread. Do check that out, because I believe they've had to move this forward from the previous dates. So that, again, that is possibly subject to change. Now, this one on Cadence caught my eye, because the general idea I thought was pretty cool. But Love Dragon has started the Cadence Cemetery, which, from what I can deduce, is a deed where people can place gravestones or memorials for any fellow Wurmian that they've lost, specifically on Cadence. But yeah, I might pop over there and have a look at that as it's coming along. It's early days, I believe, so it's literally only just started. But as we all know, we have lost a lot of people over the last 2 years. It's nice to have somewhere to potentially that is not decaying and stuff, you know. There are a lot of memorials dotted around both southern and northern, specifically for individuals. Right. So that's basically it, really. I've managed to kill about 20 minutes, I think. It was just really to give some news to events. Not that I'm trying to step on anyone's toes, I just had some time to kill, and it just seemed like a good idea. going forward with me. Oh, look! That's one of my news. I'm sure I've posted it, I think. Well, I finally got my statue. It went rare. I have to say I was over the moon with that one when that happened. I needed one part, which I finally got. So I was immensely happy with that. Now I just need to, I feel like I need to decorate it a bit more. I feel the need for decorating coming on, which I haven't had in a long time. I've not done much on Wurm at all, to be honest. My boat collection, although I stopped collecting when the skin for the new one came out. My passion for skins has dropped considerably since the wagon fiasco. But that's all I'm going to say on that one. So yes, that's basically some news from the world of Wurm. In relation to news from me, I'll still be out and about. No real schedule, just as and when things either crop up, events, or I organise something with someone, or I have a spare 20 minutes. Right, peeps, that's it for me. Do take care. Oh no, there is one other thing actually that I want to zero in on from the news. The thing is that I'm most excited about. So they mentioned about the building expansion, but it's currently planned to include ceilings, docks, and new wall types. Okay, people, it just got real. Ceilings. Oh my god. Let me show you why I'm excited about ceilings, because this is something that I ranted and raved about, specifically at the villa. Whoa, trying not to walk off. Now then, look at that. It looks horrible. We need ceilings to hide the wooden frame. Especially about this. See where this wall comes through? And we get this here. And things poking through the floor. Yeah, I'm over the moon about it, to be honest. If they can do it, that it hides this, and you have an option to build a ceiling on, you know, here, well, I will be a happy bunny, because that's one of my pet hates. You're left with this. I mean, ugh, my dining room. So embarrassed. I never hold dinners here because of this. So, ceilings. Yeah, if that comes, I'll be a happy bunny. I might even buy premium again. Oh boy. So yeah, that was a thing that's sort of like really I was quite excited about, because that will make such a difference for me at least. I'm being very selfish. But yeah, can't wait to see what that transpires. And new wall types, so I'm hoping that we might get the spiral staircases in different wall types. That would be lovely. Although I've now had to let the arena go. But there is a possibility, to be honest, that I actually might let that fall and get loads of pictures of it becoming a ruin and then rebuild it. But even better. I don't know yet. I'm trying to save up some future projects. But that might happen. So yes, that's what I was really excited about. And when they say as well as a building expansion, I wonder if we're going to get other things gradually. Because there is another thing that bugs the hell out of me, but we'll cover that in another video at another time. because I want to get some pics from another game that has this in its building options, and then we can show off that we want it in Wurm. And diagonal walls. That's not the one I'm going on about, but yeah, let's have some diagonal walls, or round walls even. Let's really jazz it up a bit. If it's at all possible, though. Because, as we all know, Wurm's code is really... there must be a spaghetti bowl of code in there, at least. Right, people. I'm going to wrap up the post there. Do check out those forum posts, as things are subject to change. And I will catch you all again. Crikey, when? Well, when? Who knows? Possibly Friday. Possibly. We shall see. Right, peeps. If you want to check out any of the previous Scout, Calvert, Set Sail, God, I don't know how many videos are on there now. It's all on the YouTube channel. That includes the Northlands, where we went out with Scouts 4 and maybe just Scout 4. Anyway, we have been to the north, so you can check out what was there, because I'm sure it's changed a lot since I was last there. And the others, and Calverts Adventures. You all take care, and I'll see you soon.